PT writing has become really difficult. A lot of students are lacking in writing. They are not getting full marks in extended writing or even in short writing. And the reason behind it is because PT has upgraded the scoring. They are looking for more relevancy in the content. They are looking for more structured approach. A lot of students still feel that templates are not working anymore. They have to write everything on their own, but that's not correct. We have cracked it. We know what works, what does not work, because our students are also getting perfect scores in the writing section. So I'm going to share some insights on the summarized written text. What are the changes, how you can crack them, and what would be the optimal solution moving onwards so that it can help you to get perfect scores in summarized written text. So if you want to practice and you want to practice from the trusted resource, go to visuallanguageexperts.com.au, sign up over there for free. Let me show you how a portal looks and what resources you can use to get your PT scores. Okay, now I'm into one of the written text questions, but I'm gonna go to this filter option over here. I'm gonna search one of the recent exam questions, which is this one. So we're gonna do this together, right? And I'm gonna explain you what strategy you need to use, what things you need to look after when it comes to summarized written text, and obviously what is the right approach. So the very first step is you have to read paragraph by paragraph, and then you have to pick up the sentences. Now the first rule is whenever you're going to pick up any sentence, you need to make sure that you are looking for two things. First thing is that it should be related to the main topic. That is very important. Sometimes students pick up easy sentences, short sentences, which are easy to put, but they're not relevant to the topic. They are not giving you enough nouns. So that's the second thing you need to have in the sentence when you're picking it up. It should have nouns. Now let's read this paragraph together and let's identify what's the main topic, and then on top of that, which sentence has more nouns. So we will skim through it. Skimming is very important. Skimming means that you're only reading meaningful words. So in the very first sentence, what are the meaningful words? Product life cycle, 4 defined stages with its characteristics from different things for businesses that are trying to manage the life cycle of their particular products. So this looks like an introduction, but they're saying it has 4 defined stages. Now they're talking about the first stage, introduction stage. This stage of the cycle could be the most expensive of the company when they're launching the product. The size of the market for the product is small, which means sales are low, although they will be increasing. On the other hand, the cost of things like research and development, consumer testing, all these things can be very high, especially if it's a competitive sector. Okay, so from here, we have to pick sentences which are related to the topic. Now, what is the main topic about the product? It's life cycle or it's about stages. So that's what we're going to put over here. So the first sentence we'll put from the very first sentence. So instead of his, we'll start straight away from here. So product life cycle has 4 very clearly defined stages, each with its characteristics that mean different things for businesses that are trying to manage the life cycle. That's it. So we don't need to even write off their particular products, because automatically we are starting from the noun here. We don't need to mention noun again. These are a couple of things you need to keep in mind. Okay, if you're aiming for 6.5, 6, you can write completely full sentence. You don't need to cut short. But if you're aiming for 8, higher, yes, you need to cut short few pieces so that you do not exceed the limit, word limit, but also on top of that, you only include relevant things. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put comma and I'm going to introduce one of the connectors, which is and. That's what you guys need to do. You just need to use 2 connectors here, and but. That's it. Okay. You can write as many as sentences you want, but remember that you can maximum write 75 words only. the minimum threshold for the word limit is 5. So 5 to 75. But I will strongly recommend you to be close to 60 to 65 words. You don't have to include everything. They're only looking for summaries, key points. That's it. Don't write too much. All right. Now let's complete the second sentence. Now this is the very first sentence we picked. The second sentence over here, if we have to pick it up, it could be the last one. But we don't want to pick any sentence from this paragraph yet because we have 2 more passages. So we will read the second passage, then we will decide. Growth stage. The growth stage is typically characterized by strong growth in sales and profit because company can start to benefit from economies of scale in production, profit margin as well as profit will increase. This makes it possible for business to invest more money in promotional activities to maximize the growth stage. And then there's a maturity stage. During the maturity stage, the product is established and the aim for the manufacturer is now to maintain the market share they have built up. This is probably the most competitive time for products and businesses to invest. All right. So here they are mentioned 2 more stages. That means we do need to pick something from every stage, but we cannot pick these lengthy sentences. So we need to cut it short. So let's do that. And so we will say over here, and the first stage is introduction stage. That's what we will say. The first stage is the introduction stage, where one would be launching a new product. So what I have done, I have just paraphrased this sentence, guys. Okay, so introduction stage is the first stage where they are launching the product. Then I'm going to put but the growth stage is typically characterized by strong growth in sales and profits. That's it. So that's what we can say. The growth stage is typically characterized by strong growth in sales and profits. Now, to the point statements. We are only writing to the points. Some information from everywhere we have to write because that's how the summary is. They are defining 4 stages. We need to write something about every stage. And that's it. That's what I'm going to do now. But the growth stage is typically characterized by strong growth in sales and profit. And I'm going to put another connector. I am close to 57 words. I have to be very careful with my word limit because I'm almost close to 58 words. And then we can write and maturity stage. We can say during the maturity stage, the product is established and the aim for the manufacturer is now to maintain the market share they have built. This is probably the most competitive time for products and businesses. All right. And over here, they're saying now the last paragraph we are skimming through. They also need to consider any product modifications or improvement, which might give them a competitive advantage. Okay. So we can write the last part, but we have to mention maturity stage and maturity stage. We can write in maturity stage. They also need to consider any product modifications or improvements. They also need to consider any product modifications or improvements. Now you can leave it over here till 71 words. Okay. And you can also put one more connector, but the last stage is decline stage. So you're just mentioning it. Now the problem with this is we have exceeded the word limit. Okay. Now what we need to do is we have almost 1.5 minutes. Now if you see, guys, I'm already at 78 words and my time is almost up. Okay. In the real exam, this is what students do. They do not make a story out of it. They do not connect the sentences with one another and they just keep on writing sentences blindly. So the very first thing you have to keep it in mind is you need to skim through the passages, then you need to pick it up, but you cannot write everything about everything. Pick up the main points and just join them together with connectors like and but. So if you focus on my first sentence, over here, I have written product life cycle as 4 clearly defined stages. Now then I have written this big sentence, which is exactly telling almost what I have mentioned in the paragraph over here. So I can easily just delete that, and I can easily write about the last sentence from here. But the market for a product will start to shrink, and what's known as a decline stage. So I'm close to 65, so I can paraphrase this, and this is called decline stage. That's it. So let's read this together and let's see if they are linking with one another. Now, this is the most important thing you need to remember. The sentences should link with one another. That's where PTE is very strict nowadays. If there's no logical relevance amongst the sentences, you are not going to get full marks in this task. Your content will be always less. That means your reading marks will also be affected from this task. Now let's read it from the very start. Product life cycle has 4 clearly defined stages, and the first stage is the introduction stage, where one would be launching a new product, but the growth stage is typically characterized by strong growth in sales and profits. And in maturity stage, they also need to consider any product modifications or improvements. But the market for the product will start to shrink, and this is called decline stage. Now you see everything is linking, it is making sense, it is making a story. You need to make sense. This is what you need to do from now onwards. But you don't have to worry too much. Why? All you have to do is skim the passage, pick up the main important parts, and just pick up those parts and combine it with the other sentences which are automatically talking about similar things. So what you need to remember, that you need to pick the sentences which are related to the topic. So as long as you're doing that and you're looking for sentences with different nouns, you will get full marks. Now, if I proofread it, obviously product life cycle, I have not put his. So over here I have to put the, and this will be small. And obviously before every stage, I need to put the over here. So the growth stage, the in the maturity, because it's a specific noun called the decline stage. That's it. Now this is exactly what you need to do. I will also recommend you, when you have numericals over here, instead of numericals, just change it to alphabetic. So alphabets, instead of 4 numeric, you would put F for UR. And that's it. Rest of the things are same. Now you can easily see that written text is not a simple task. You have to think logically, and you have to go through the video once again so that you clearly understand it. It's really important, if you like the video, share it with your friends who are planning to sit for their PT exam. Students who feel that they're not getting scores in the writing task, this tutorial will be really helpful to them. And if you like the video, do not forget to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, do not forget to subscribe. I will be seeing you in the next tutorial, where I'll be giving you more insights about PTE and how to crack PTE. So stay tuned for the future tutorials. Meanwhile, practice from Visual Language Experts portal free of cost. Yes, you don't have to pay anything to sign up. You can sign up and then you can start practicing. Obviously, if you need AI scoring unlimited times, there is a small fee which will help you to get instant scoring as well. Don't forget to watch these 2 tutorials. These videos are going to help you to boost up your marks and help you in your PT preparation.